Let's take a couple moments and we'll check out the AM/FM tuner on Pioneer's DEH-X2800UI. From any source, we'll press in on the source button until we get to the tuner. Here's the radio. And right now the information on the screen says we're on FM band number 1 and we've tuned in radio station frequency 89.3. So to tune in another radio station, we have a couple of ways to do that. We can use our arrow buttons here. If we press the arrow one time, we tune to the next available frequency. If we press and hold the arrow, the system will scan to find the next available radio station. Supertuner gives us 18 radio station presets for FM and 6 radio station presets for AM. So right now I'm on FM band number 1 and I have 6 radio station presets. If I press the band button right here, I switch to FM band 2 and that gives me 6 more radio station presets. Press the band button again, I get FM number 3 with 6 more radio station presets for a total of 18 FM radio station presets. I press band again and I switch over to AM and I get 6 AM radio station presets. Press band one more time and I come back around to my original FM number 1 with my 6 radio station presets. So to create a radio station preset, the first thing we'll do is tune in my favorite radio station. Once we've tuned in a station, I can choose, for example, button number 2, press and hold that for a couple of seconds till the 2 stops flashing. Once that's done, I've locked in 90.5 as radio station preset number 2. And I can do that exact same thing for all of the FM bands and the AM radio station bands as well. Let's press in on the volume control and we'll check out the function menu for the AM/FM tuner. So we'll press in on the volume control and roll over now until we find the function menu. Here's function and press enter. And the first setting that we see is our local setting. Right now local is switched off. And if I press in on the volume control, I can switch local to level number 1, 2, 3, or 4. If I press it one more time, the local setting is switched off. Now what the local setting means is when I press and hold the arrow key to seek to the next radio station, if the local setting is switched off, the radio will stop on every noise on the dial, even the very weakest radio stations. If I switch local on to level number 1, the radio will begin to filter out the weak radio stations and only lock into the stronger stations. As we move up through the local settings up to number 4, now only the very strongest radio stations will be tuned in by the radio. So we'll switch that to local level number 1 for right now, and we'll go back and go into our function menu and roll over next to our seek settings. Right now we have the manual seek setting. If we press in on the volume control, we can have the preset channel seek setting. So what manual means is when I press and hold the arrow keys here, if I press once, I tune to the next available radio station. Press and hold, I seek to the next available radio station. If I press in on the volume control here, now the arrow buttons become my preset buttons. So if I just press the arrow here, I tune to the next preset channel. And if I hit the arrow down, I tune to the previous preset channel. So for right now, we will set that as on the manual setting. And we'll roll over to our next setting, which is BSM, or Best Stations Memory. Best Stations Memory is a very useful function for automatically locking in the 6 strongest radio stations that you're receiving right now. So for example, to operate BSM, just press in on the volume control and the tuner will scan through the entire FM dial, lock in 6 strong radio stations that you're receiving right now, and when it's done, we can touch any of these buttons and we have strong radio stations locked in. This also works on the AM setting. If we press in on the volume control, go back to the system menu here, or the function menu, roll over again, that takes us back around to our local setting. At any time, you can press the band button here to escape.